That blog has now been adapted into a book, and Lucie is here now. The book is called Life After You. And it's that thing, Lucie, of so young, so young, and totally unexpected. I mean, you're just in bed and he died so suddenly.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's that sort of not having a chance to say goodbye, not having a chance to perhaps discuss, you know, how he would want me to continue.
Yep.
It's you know, kind of impossible to deal with, actually.
And the way that you dealt with it, actually, was putting it down, was writing it. I mean, did that help when you were doing that? Did it actually help you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always used writing to kind of articulate how I've been feeling. And at the time when I started the blog, I was just completely desperate and wanting kind of some, I guess, somebody out in the ether to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And actually, it did bring a sort of raft of amazing people into my life, the blog, and actually really did help. It was very therapeutic to write the book.
No, I bet it was. I bet it was. And you're right when you say that you get that kind of support. Of course, family support you.
Yes.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's... I'm not saying it's not enough, but this way of dealing with it, I think, is a way that a lot more people are doing now. They're articulating what they can say. They can use social media as well.
Yes.
To get that feedback.
Absolutely.
And it helps.
And it's, I mean, it's very isolating being a sort of young widow, or losing anybody is very isolating, and people kind of don't understand the grief.
And sometimes we don't know what to say.
Absolutely,
really
absolutely.
Don't.
There's that sort of platitudes thing, and yeah. So it allowed me to kind of allowed people to reach out to me, actually, and sort of to say, I understand what you're saying and thank you for articulating it. And I was able to thank people for helping me through it, in a sense.
No, because you actually have to go through that whole process, don't you?
Yes.
You can't, you know, we're not machines.
Yes.
We can't just, of course, you know that he would want you to be happy, and you know that he would want you not to be wallowing in misery, but sometimes you can't help yourself. You've got to do that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And it's, you know, it's kind of unacceptable what's happened, and I think if you can accept that it's unacceptable, that kind of almost helps you sort of move on.
And you must get angry, because your life that you had and the life you thought you had is actually taken away from you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Exactly.
You know,
you're on one trajectory and you have dreams and hopes together, and then, you know, you've got to completely reassess.
And the life that you wanted together for your child as well.
Yes.
I mean, you know, she's now not got a dad. I mean, I'm sure you keep him alive and talking about him and all of that, but it's really tough.
Yeah, it is, it is. And, you know, she started, I mean, she was 3 when Mark died, and she's 7 now. And she's kind of started to recognise that difference at school and things, and say, I'm the only one in class 2 that hasn't got a daddy, and, you know, that's really tough to hear.
No, I bet it is.
Yeah.
The book now, Life After You, which is out now, I didn't expect. I mean, of course it's sad. Of course it's, you know, unspeakably sad. It's also funny. You know, you've kept your sense of humour somehow.
Yes. I mean, I've always had a bit of a gallows approach to life, so that's kind of translated into the book, and I think that's what's perhaps appealed about the blog as well, is that it was quite...
And it's okay. You're kind of saying to people, even in the midst of despair, it's actually all right to try and laugh or find something. You've
got to find some way of getting through, and I think grief is individual, and I think, you know, no one way is right or wrong, really.
I can see it, when I was reading it, I could see it working as some kind of maybe TV drama or a movie. Is that likely to happen, do you think?
Well, it has been optioned for TV, but that's all I'm allowed to say at the moment.
OK.
But, yes, hopefully there should be some more news on that.
Because I can imagine, I can see it. I can see Sheridan Smith doing it.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think she would do it.
Yeah.
She would do it so beautifully. That's the thing. Do you have any advice for anybody that was in the situation you were in? Is there anything you would say to them?
Fantastic organisation, Way Widowed and Young. I've got to give them a shout out. They're absolutely fantastic. Widows under 51. A great support network, and they really do understand like nobody else does.
So look for help. Don't sit there. The help is out there, isn't
it? And right, actually.
Yeah, just get it out there. Lucie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Great to see you. Really, really good to see you. Thank you.